Welcome to the Time Management Podcast with me, your host, Abigail Barnes. I'm a productivity coach, global speaker, time management author, and award-winning entrepreneur on a mission to share the 888 formula with the world and to remind you that it's your time. Leave it to me to bring you new time management tips, tricks, tools, and strategies, to introduce you to guests, research, and case studies from around the world, and to give you a simple 5-step process you can follow to uplevel your productivity, achieve your goals, and create a life that exceeds your wildest dreams. I'm so excited that you're here, so let's get started. Welcome to the show. This week it's you and me, and we're talking about, are we thinking about AI the wrong way? What if we've got AI all wrong? And what if the things that we're thinking about are back to front? What if they're confused, they're misleading, they're unclear, and are actually wasting our time and this incredible opportunity? This week on the Time Management Podcast, I'll be sharing 20 questions that you can use to understand how AI can help you to maximize your time, supercharge your productivity, and get you ahead of the crowd when it comes to understanding what's actually going on. This episode is for you if you're confused about AI and what it means for you. This episode is also for you if you've been wondering what AI means for your finances, for your job, for your future. And it's definitely for you if you're ready to understand what's really going on with artificial intelligence to empower yourself with this knowledge and to get in the driver's seat of your career, your business, and your life. I'm so excited that we're going to get to have this conversation today. Every week before our episodes, I meditate, I ask what would be the most beneficial thing for me to share with my audience, what would help them, as I said, with their career, with their business, with their life. I have been preparing a training for an event that I'm speaking at around AI and how it can be a time-saving tool for Google Workspace. And in that preparation, there was a huge introduction to AI. And so here we are, talking about AI and have we got it all wrong? Let's start here. What is artificial intelligence in 25 words? It's a collaborative tool that can learn from data, recognize patterns, make predictions or recommendations, and it can help make decisions and so much more. For the benefit of this conversation today and AI going forward, as the sector evolves as fast as it is, as the sector keeps evolving as fast as it is, I would highly encourage that you think of AI as a computer brain. So we have a human brain, the AI is a computer brain. It first became an academic field of study after the 1956 Dartmouth Conference in Hanover, New Hampshire, America, which was actually an 8-week summer research project, and it was attended by a group of computer scientists and mathematicians, including John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, Nathaniel Rochester, and Claude Shannon. The conference aimed to explore the possibilities of creating machines that could simulate human intelligence. If you research these humans, that event, what you'll come back with is that they are seen as the godfathers of AI. So I've had many months of going down this AI rabbit hole, maybe you have too. And the thing that comes back again and again and again in conversations that I have with people is, isn't AI just ChatGPT? So I thought it would be beneficial here for this podcast episode this week to give you a macro introduction to AI. This is taken from that training that I mentioned that I have recorded for an upcoming event. For the benefit of this episode this week, artificial intelligence is a huge, huge field. One of my skills that I've discovered from the human design and just looking back at my career is my ability to simplify things. Now, in simplifying things, I truly believe it helps us to start from a foundation of understanding that we can then build upon. Some people don't like simplification. If you are one of those people, perhaps this episode isn't for you. If you are, I have simplified artificial intelligence into 4 key areas. Area number 1, predictive AI. This is focused on forecasting future outcomes based on historical data It uses machine learning algorithms, statistical techniques, and data analysis to identify patterns, trends, and relationships with data sets. Area number 2, generative AI. This is designed to create new content such as text, images, music, or videos. This is based on data that it has been trained on. So generative AI is focused on producing new original content that mimics the patterns and structures of what it was trained upon. Then the third, we have large language models, which are also known as LLMs. These are advanced AI models specifically designed to understand, generate, and interact with human language. It's trained on a vast amount of text data, enabling them to perform a wide range of tasks related to natural language processing, also known as NLP. And then finally, number 4, we have machine learning. This is focused on developing algorithms and models that enable computers to learn from and make decisions or predictions based on data without explicitly programming each specific task. So in other words, instead of writing specific code to perform a task, the machine learning models are trained to recognize patterns and relationships in the data. And this allows them to improve their performance over time as they are exposed to more data. One of the other questions that often comes up in AI conversations that I have with people is, how are we already using it? The origins of it date back to 1956, to that conference in Dartmouth. The reality is that AI is actually already very integrated into our lives. So let's look at where it is in those 4 areas. So predictive AI is being used for predictions, and this is being used in the finance sector, the marketing sector, the healthcare sector, the manufacturing sector, to predict what could happen based on what has happened. Generative AI, as we said, is being used to create new content. So this is used in content creation, art and design, gaming, and R&D. Large language models, those LLMs, this is the area that you are probably most familiar with. And 2 examples of LLMs. One is ChatGPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. And then the second is Google Bard. And then finally, machine learning. Some examples of how machine learning is already here in our lives is in the healthcare sector. It is being used to help them detect illness. In the finance sector, it's being used to help detect fraud. In the marketing sectors, it is being used to analyze data. And in the retail sector, they're using it for stock control and customer experience. So whether we like it or not, whether we get it or not, whether we agree or not, AI is already here. And some other practical ways that you are interacting with AI on a daily basis without actually realizing: the TV shows that you're watching, the suggestions that you get are programmed by AI. When you are Googling, it is actually AI algorithms that are helping you to find those answers. When you are looking for songs, those suggestions. When you're looking for podcasts to listen to, those suggestions. When you are looking for clothes to buy, those suggestions. It's all being powered by this big data in the background. Over the past 48 episodes of the podcast, we have had a number of guests on talking about AI. So episode number 7, if you want to go back in the archives, we had an internet multimillionaire, Simon Coulson, who was sharing his time management success secrets for how he went to make over 30 million online. And he shared how AI has started to play a role in the work and how his business is being run these days. In episode 11, we had internet marketing expert Daryl Evans on to talk about time management and share his AI top tips. His business has generated over 300 million in client revenue over the years. And then we had episode 22, how can AI improve your time management, with Daniel Rolls, who also has his own podcast that I was on recently, the Digital Marketers podcast, talking about AI as well. So definitely check those out if you're loving this conversation today and want to dive down the rabbit hole further. As I said at the top of the show, are we thinking about AI all wrong? Are we looking at it from the wrong perspective. As I said at the start, AI is a collaborative tool. It's something that all of us, whether we are running a business, whether we have a career and are working for others and are using our skill set, we can use AI to work with us. Rather than it being a job replacement, let's talk about it as a task replacement. And this is where we get into those questions that I mentioned at the start of this episode. These questions are taken from our brand new AI career development coaching. And at the end of this episode, you will be able to click the link in the show notes and go through the pre-work as if you were going to become an AI career development coaching client and answer those questions for yourself. And when it gets to the very end, you can say, yes, I would like to know more about the coaching, or no, that's all for now. And then download your answers to those questions and use them as your working thesis for where you are going to take your own personal career development to stay ahead of the curve. Question number 1, what tasks are you currently performing that are your job? Question number 2, what real value are you adding to your job role? Question number 3, what unique skill sets, experience, or perspectives are you bringing to your role? Question number 4, what do other people say that you are good at? Question number 5, what do people come to you for help with? Question number 6, what are you ready to be automated with AI, aka do less of? Question number 7, what takes up hours of your time each week that if there was some way it could be done for you, you'd be happy to explore that? Question number 8, how do you want to use your skills and get paid for them? Question number 9, what skills or subjects would you like to learn more about? Question number 10, what are you confused about when it comes to AI? Question 11, what are you scared about when it comes to AI? Question 12, what's one thing you wish you knew about AI? Question 13, are there things you can think of right now that you would already be automating? In episode 33 of the podcast, Are Your Thoughts Sabotaging Your Time Management? We talked all about how what we think on a daily basis is in most cases 95 to 98% automatic. When it comes to this episode this week and the homework and these questions, if you choose to go through them, the thoughts that we are thinking are going to be the limits, the hurdles to us being able to stay ahead and take this information and do something with it. Also in the show notes is the link to the homework for that episode number 33, where you can do your 24-hour thought audit challenge. So for 24 hours, write down the things that you are thinking so you can start to become aware of how much time you are actually wasting. And how this links to that pre-work that we were just going through. Question number 14 is, do you know what you're thinking about all day long? So this all ties very nicely together. Question number 15, what is stopping you from moving forward? And in episode 15 of the podcast, Where's All My Time Going? That episode was where we talked about the benefits of doing a time audit for 7 days, which is the thesis of my book, Time Management for Entrepreneurs and Professionals. And the entire reason that I wrote that book was to help people that I spoke to, people that I was working with, people that I came across in daily life. I wanted to help to move past the I don't have time feeling that they were living with, to find where their time was and to be able to live the life that they wanted to live. So question number 16 is, do you know what you're spending your time on? So again, that episode would be helpful for this. And then in episode number 24, what is human design? Well, we had a guest expert on talking all about human design. And what that actually means for us, for our life, and how we can use it to improve our productivity, trust our intuition, make the most of the opportunities that we have. And this then links into question 17. Do you use your intuition and do you trust it? Question 18. Are you clear about your life purpose? Question 19. Are you ready for things to be different? And question 20. If you could reset your career, your business, or your life, would you want to? It's become a tradition for me at the end of every episode now to talk to you about human design and how it's playing a role in my life and how now it's started to play a role in our business. In 2020, I first came across human design and started on my journey of learning what it was, how we could use it, meeting people, reading books, taking courses. And I'm so excited to let you know that last week we launched Introduction to Your Human Design. This is a session that you can do one-on-one with me where I will explain your chart, what your design actually means, how you can learn to make the most of it, how it can help you to make more money, how it can help you in your career, how it can help you to understand your life purpose, tap into your intuition, your reason for why you are here, why you might be burning out, why you might feel certain ways around certain people. And I'm so excited to start offering these sessions. There are a limited number every month. The link again is in the show notes for them if you want to find out more, if you want to book your session as well. And if you've got any questions, obviously reach out. I have loved this whirlwind conversation about, are we thinking about AI the wrong way? Let's call this part 1 because it is such a fast moving subject. I am actually, at the time of recording this episode, going to a training event on AI this evening where I will learn more. I have another one coming up in a couple of weeks where I will learn more. And we're in the process at the moment of pulling together some digital skills training for you to help you to make the most of the time that you have, become more productive, have time for your health, for your well-being, for all the things that it is that you want to be doing, especially if you are listening to this podcast at the time it is going out. We are coming into a new season and we are on the cusp of a new year, a new exciting year. And it is change central in the world. The only way that I have found to navigate change is to control my own narrative. That is my intention with sharing the information in this podcast with you. The homework every week that we have a solo episode and the guests that I am bringing on. So we are sharing possibility, potentiality, proof, and processes. Your life will change when you do something with what you know. Your life won't change. Knowledge isn't power unless we take action on it. And this is where our exciting training is going to help you, because there will be accountability groups, there will be all sorts of things. I'm not going to say any more. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Finally, we've also got the 1-year anniversary of the podcast coming up. The podcast was started on the 19th of October, which is actually my birthday, and we are a few weeks away from that, and all sorts of exciting things that you will be able to get involved in, prizes you will be able to win, and big announcements that we are going to be making. If you ever have any questions, wherever you listen to these episodes, leave them in the comments below or reach out to us. All the links are in the show notes for how you can drop emails. If you would like to find out how you could work with us one-to-one, how your organization could work with us, how you could work with us individually, we have all different offerings at all different price points. You can start by downloading a free chapter of the book. You can start by going onto the Amazons worldwide and buying a copy of the book. There are so many ways that you can get started. You can also start by doing the homework from this week's episode. Until next time, my friend, stay safe, stay well, and remember, it is your time. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you loved what you heard, be sure to let me know by leaving a review so I can keep the good stuff coming. Come and say hi on Instagram at Success by Design Training, or visit my website successbydesigntraining.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search Abigail Barnes. Until next time, don't forget, you are amazing and it's your time.